consider that your happy birthday. Speaking of wily and energetic staff, veteran staff, please welcome Mr. Arnie Lim.
Wily? Yeah, are you clicking it? Thank you very much. Yeah, again, good evening. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Arnie Lim. I am class of 1980 here. And a special shout, thank you. Yeah, a special shout out to those of you also who are alumni from here too. Thank you very much for making the commitment to come back into Palo Alto. It's hard. We understand that. Mathematics is a sequential and cumulative subject, and so it's actually pretty straightforward where students in 9th grade go. And as you can see up here, it kind of depends upon what the background is that your students come from. In Palo Alto High School, the graduation requirement matches the A through G requirement from the University of California, and so 3 years of mathematics up to and including Algebra 2 is required to be eligible to graduate from Palo Alto High School. Of course, if a student comes in at an advanced state, that 3 years is waived once they continue on into the 3 years overall. Also here at Palo Alto High School, we do understand that we have lots of students who have fun with the mathematics, and so we have the problem-solving class. You'll notice at the last one there. The advanced problem-solving class is an extra class. It's an elective for those who just like to challenge themselves with fun problems. And so we offer that there. We also offer statistics here, both statistics applications as well as AP statistics. And if we have enough enrollment, there are possibilities, if we have an instructor also, there are possibilities to have classes beyond BC Calculus, as we have had this year. More on that as we progress through the years, though, because it does depend upon how many students we have. If your student is currently in Palo Alto Unified, then his or her 8th grade teacher will give a recommendation for which class he or she should be taking when they arrive here at Palo Alto High School. If, however, your 8th grader is not in the district right now, then we will want to have them take a placement test. And we have 2 dates set up in May for those placement tests. Those will be announced shortly. Haven't figured that out exactly. So please consult the website, pali.net, under mathematics, and we will certainly advertise those. Again, there will be 2 dates in May for those placement tests. Pali is a great place for all students. We have a math class that's just right for your student. We believe in matches here. We really do believe in making sure that there's a match for your student, and we'll take care of them as far as they wish to go in the mathematics program here. Again, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for being here. At this point, I'd like to introduce the point person for special education, Laura Marcus-Burka.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Bricka. I'm the instructional lead for special education. I've been teaching for 12 years, and I've been here at Pali for 6. I've taught our therapeutic program here when I first came here, and I've co-taught in English and U.S. government. I've taught a careers class, and I've been leading the department for the last 4 years, and I'm loving it. One thing about our department is we have what's called a prescriptive program, meaning we create courses and sections based on the population of our students and their needs. So when I'll be going out to all the middle schools coming up at the end of February and beginning of March, and I'll have those dates here for you as well. You should be hearing from your case managers there. And when I come out there, we'll be talking about the specific classes and services that your student needs. And then based on all of the collective needs, that's how we actually build our schedule and build our classes. So we don't have predetermined classes that we put students in. We determine what they need and then build them from there. We are also, Pali is one of the first schools in the district to utilize co-teaching. We've been co-teaching here for over 6 years, 7 years now, going on 8 actually. And that's one of our primary methods of supporting inclusion in general education classes, specifically focusing on the 9th grade and 10th grade years as the most critical years here before getting prepared to go off to college for many of our students. Some do not. Some go into vocational training programs, some go to college, some go to a post-secondary program, and again, all of those programs are specific to those students. Something that is different though, in high school, what we start doing is we start thinking about what is the appropriate program for your student, what is the appropriate plan for them. Many of our students do graduate and go on to four-year colleges. For some students, they would rather take a gap year and wait a little bit before going to college. Other students want to take the community college route. Other students go to vocational training programs. And so what we're doing during these 4 years is we're doing what we call transition planning, is we're helping students think about what their strengths are, what their interests are, and where those two things intersect to help them find what they think that they're going to be passionate about and be able to be productive in the world doing. And also hopefully find a good fit for college for those who are planning to go to college. We offer, these are the classes we've offered in the past, and like I said, based on what our population needs are, these classes have typically fulfilled those population needs. So we have a class called Cognitive Planning, which is an IEP service, so you have to have an IEP to access these classes. Cognitive Planning is specifically for students with executive functioning deficits. So our kids who, get a piece of paper and lose it in 5 minutes, or have really a hard time even organizing something to write or organizing assignments, keeping track of things. And what we do in this class is we teach them functional strategies and skills to help build up their compensation for knowing how easily distracted or disorganized they might be able to get. And we help them try to find a system that works for them. Sometimes it takes some trial and error because not all kids are the same. We have to find the right system that works. Our math workshop class specifically focuses on building math skills for students who have a disability in the area of math or just have some deficits in math that they really need to focus on. And that class is taken in addition to whatever general education math class they're in. We also have what's called Writing Lab class. So for students who really struggle with writing and need some more foundational support in writing, this class might be most appropriate for them to take. Again, in conjunction with an English class here as well. Our teacher of that Writing Lab class has also taught English here, so she also understands both sides of that coin, which is really nice. She knows what they're doing in those classes. Same thing with our math workshop. Our math workshop teachers are also in the math classes, so they have that understanding of what's going on in both places. Academic communication is for students who are on a high-functioning autism spectrum or Asperger's spectrum, and we focus on social skills and executive functioning skills in that class for them. We have a special freshman class. Actually, for all of these classes here, we have special freshman classes so that they just get to focus in with other kids their own age as they're going through the transition to high school before they might be mixed with other grade levels. We also have a therapeutic services program, which was what I taught when I first came here, when we first built the program, was 6 years ago. And we have a variety of different classes based on student needs. This is specifically for students who are having a really hard time emotionally, and their emotions are getting kind of impeding their ability to make progress. We have what's called the therapeutic elective class, where they learn very practical coping strategies, stress reduction strategies, and things that they can utilize in school and in their everyday life. And then for students who have difficulty in general education classes, we also offer some core academics in the therapeutic environment as well. That environment includes a special ed teacher, a therapist. We also have some behavior coaches as well. And then lastly, we have a program called Futures, which is for our students who have moderate to severe disabilities. These are students who they're going to probably continue on with their education in our district beyond the 4 years of high school. They'll receive a certificate of completion instead of a traditional diploma, and then they'll go on to receive more vocational training after their 4 years of high school. So this program is specifically designed for students who have more moderate to severe autism or intellectual disabilities, and we're really working on building functional skills for them so that by the time they get through our program here and through their post-secondary program, they're actually out in the community and are gainfully employed by that time is our hope. And so our program here, we do have functional academics that they focus on. and we do community-based instruction. One of my favorite things that they do is we have a coffee cafe here, we have a smoothie business, so our coffee cafe is open on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. You're welcome to come by and get coffee, and it's completely run by our students. We also have a smoothie business. They'll actually deliver smoothies to our classrooms. We have a lunch order delivery. We have a sugar scrub business. We've created a lot of vocational training opportunities for our students on campus that also involve them in the Pali community as well. And so here are the dates that I will be out at the middle schools. So for every student who has an IEP, you will have an individual, about a 30-minute individual transition meeting with me where we will talk about their schedule and their services and make sure we have a good plan for them moving forward. So I'll be at Jordan between February 21st, 24th, and the 27th. Your current 8th grade case managers should be working on setting up these meetings for you. If you haven't heard from them yet, I'm sure they'll be reaching out soon, or feel free to get in touch with them about it. I'll be at JLS February 28th, 29th, and all the way to, or I think we have the 29th this year, to March 2nd. And then Terman, I'll be out there on March 3rd. We typically have maybe 1 or 2 students coming from Terman. My contact info is on here as well if you'd like to get in touch. In addition to this, I'll be sending out information via Infinite Campus and to the middle schools about an incoming freshman parent night specifically for students with IEPs. And I'll be co-hosting that night with a current parent who has 3 students here at Pali, 2 of whom have IEPs. And so the 2 of us will also be able to provide you some additional tips and information about how to help your student in their transition and things that we have found over the years to be really effective in helping freshmen transition from middle school to high school. And that is it. I'm now going to turn this over to Pat O'Hara from Career Technical Education.
My name is Pat O'Hara, and I work in the IS for Career Technical Education. And the beautiful thing about being me is that I get to help kids really start to learn about opportunities. We give them opportunities to explore careers. And we do, as you can see, we have quite a number of courses up here for your students. And I'm going to take you through those in a couple of minutes, but I have a couple other things to share with you. And one of them is that there is a 10-unit graduation requirement in CTE.
Your mic?
Hello? Thank you. I'm going to take you through these in a couple of minutes. Graduation requirement. With the, that just means that the course of the they're going to have to take two semesters of CTE. Most students take 4, and that's awesome also. We have lots of different kinds of classes up here. I thought I might go through these for just a bit. We have business law, we have computer-aided design, sports nutrition, getting into the game, and getting into the game is actually a pathway for students who are interested in sports careers. We have interior design, we have foods courses, sports medicine, automotive tech. We actually have a real working auto shop here at Pali. There aren't many of those around anymore. We have computer science principles. The reason these are the ones that are up here. These are the ones that are, these are courses that your freshmen can take. We have media arts courses, photography, graphic design, and yearbook. Feel free to call me. Email me would be much better. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have a question for one of our other teachers, I'll connect you to them very quickly. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope I get to meet all of you during these 4 years. So find me, not find you. So next.